Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. You got me in stitches. My name is Anna. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week, whatever you have been up to. Let me know in the comments if you have been sewing up a storm at all. Okay, so just a quick video today. I'm going to show you guys the fabric to accompany the Make 9 patterns that you saw on Wednesday. The reason I'm doing this is because I have made a couple of makes this week, but they were a little bit of a disaster, and I don't know, I may include them in some finished makes perhaps next Sunday, I'm not too sure. So yeah, so I have gone through my fabric collection and I have decided to pick out some fabrics that I'm pretty much 100% going to use. There might be one or two that I will change up because obviously I do have my heart set on, you know, one or two fabrics specifically for that garment in that pattern. So okay, so first up I have this one here, the skirt. So the fabric that I have got for that one, this is a 100% cotton fabric, and it's got these beautiful macaws on them with these lovely sort of tropical leaf print as well. So I think that would work pretty okay with that. Again, you can let me know in the comments below what you think of that. Again, I've got my heart set on that. I think that fabric would work quite well with that. I did have sort of a bit of a rummage through my fabric collection, and like I said, I might change up a couple of them, I don't know. Anyway, this is the daisy dress here, and I have again 100% cotton. This is quite a semi-structured cotton, yeah, and it's a mid-weight, and it's this beautiful sort of pastel blue. And I think that would work really well with that. Again, tell me below if you think that would work. So we can all but try. Yeah, so that's that one. Okay, the next one is the Lana skirt here. I'll just bring that closer. I really like that fabric, and I thought I had something very similar in my fabric collection, but I don't, so it's just one of those things. I do have this, so it's sort of a tartan, and I do like the two-tone sort of green on it, and it's, I don't know, it's quite an earthy colour. I think that would work. It's just, I suppose, in my mind, because I was sort of set on the slightly reds instead of the green, and I'm not sure if this green would make it sort of frumpy. I'm not entirely sure, but again, who knows. I've never made that Lana skirt before, but again, you know, it could be sort of a wearable mock-up. Now this one here, and I want to obviously make that view in that beautiful suede mustard, and I have had a bit of a struggle to find that sort of mustard in the suede fabric. And again, I want to clarify, fake suede, okay? I don't do wearing dead animal. I know people will say yes, but you eat meat. I do, not very often, but it's, you know, our responsibility to make sure the welfare of the animal is paramount, and what little meat I eat, I always make sure that the animal has had a really happy life. And again, we live in a modern world, and personally I don't believe that we should be walking around in animal skins. You know, that's just against, you know, anything like that, and leather and things like that. I know obviously when people have leather, whether it's shoes or bags or whatever, you know, most of the time now sort of the leather is as a result after perhaps the animal has gone to heaven and they use what's left over, but again, there's no guarantee. So I always make sure that, you know, the animal's welfare is exactly what it is and it's happy. If it's not, then I won't eat meat. And like I said, I will never wear animal. I don't want to be wearing dead animal, thank you. The pelt stays on the animal and they should be free to walk around the planet. You know, it's their home. Would we like it if we were caught and stripped and our pelts used? No. So this in my fabric collection, it's, I don't know, the texture, it's sort of like, when you sort of first sort of feel it, it's a little bit sort of fleecy, but it's not. It is as close to sort of that suede feel, but it's very, very soft. I don't know the content of this. It's going to have a little bit of cotton and a little bit of mix, maybe a tiny little bit of stretch, but to see it and feel it. But it's not mustard, so my heart is not really in this. But again, I have only made the shirt out of this pattern, as you guys have seen before. So again, this fabric more than likely will be sort of a bit of a practice, and you know, maybe I'll use this as a mock-up. So when I do find the sort of mustard fabric that I want specifically for this, it's so hard. I mean, I don't really order online very much, and if I do, I have help, because as you guys know, I'm just rubbish at techie computer stuff. I'm just completely computer illiterate and also I don't feel safe giving payment details, so usually I'll ask a friend if there is something that I need, or for whatever reason if I can't go out, you know, because there are things that stop me from going out, but I'm not going to get into that. So, you know, purchasing things over the computer, you know, it's helpful in that sense. But again, you can't touch and feel the fabrics until, you know, the parcel arrives to your front door, and if it's not quite exactly how you sort of thought it was going to be, then, you know, usually when they've cut the fabric, you can't usually send it back. So, and again, I don't like waste, and I wouldn't really do that. So certain fabrics I would go out and I would look, so I can, you know, find the weight and the feel and get that colour right, as, you know, as close to what you've kind of got your heart set on. So this one has been in my fabric collection for quite a while. I have cut into it, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'd made a couple of cushions, because I used to sell those at a market. And yeah, so this is it here. I hope the light can, yeah, you can see, but it is really, really soft, and it's sort of a suede effect fabric, and I think it would work, you know, pretty well for that design. It's, I don't know, it's quite thin, so I'm hoping the drape will work. But again, once I've made it up, then obviously we will know, you know, I will know how it feels and how the fabric will work with this style of this outfit. But again, you know, if for whatever reason I don't like it, you know, I don't throw things away. I don't believe in that. So I'd pass it on to someone else that I know who would wear or sell it. Or, you know, worst case scenario, it would go to donate. So, yeah, okay. So I will show you guys the next one that I have the fabric for. Okay, so this is the vintage dress, and that's obviously the model's own belt, but it's good to sort of put that belt on and to style it like that to give it a little bit of shape, but again also to take it off. Okay, so this fabric is 100% cotton, and it's a drill, and it's quite structured. It's definitely mid to heavier weight, and I've pretty much got it close to the colour on that pattern, so I think I did really well. really okay with that. So, and I think that style, it does need this structure. And I don't often wear belts, but I think that would work. And the way, obviously, it was a white belt, so I think a work belt would work fantastic with that colour. And again, with the structure of it all, it's, yeah, I think it would move really well, and it would hold its style, you know, and it would keep that vintage look to that. So yeah. Now, a little bit frustrating. So this top here and that fabric there, I thought I had in my fabric collection, and it's probably one of those things where I folded my fabrics and I've laid it on the shelf, perhaps the other fabrics on top have sort of buried it. So unless I actually take out my fabric and look, you know, each individual, I can't find it. So I've got something that is completely different. Again, this is 100% cotton, and so it has all these anchors on, and I think that's quite a fun fabric. It's quite a thin 100% cotton, but again, you know, I think when you see sort of the fabric there, and that works really well. And again, teamed up, she's got white pants, and that was exactly the look that I would go for. But again, I think that will go with the white pants. But again, if I do come across that fabric, again, I can make that top, because this will be the first time I've made this specific top. So yeah, I think they would work really well. Again, you know, tell me in the comments below what you think. Right, okay, so my next one, this View C, so that McCall's pattern there, and it's sort of a semi sort of dressy pants, and I have the perfect fabric and in that colour as well. It's a semi sort of stretch fabric. I think it's sort of a polyester blend, and there's going to be I can't think, my brain's not in gear today, a little bit of spandex perhaps in that fabric. So yeah, I think that's going to work really well. So tell me what you think there. Now, I didn't purposely choose these patterns and then think, oh, you know, it's just, it happened to be, I like that style and I like that colour, and I wanted to get as much as I possibly could out of my fabric collection, as close to the what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought now. Yes, get the fabric as close to what was on the patterns. I know it seems a bit samey, but it just so happened that I like the pattern and I like the colour and or the pattern in the fabrics that they had depicted on the designs. Okay, I have got 3 fabrics here. So if you recall, I got the New Look pattern there and what the model is wearing there. And again, it will be in a stretch fabric. Now, I'm going to do something really wacky here. And I've got 2 fleeces. So I've got this one. So I think that's really portastic. I think that's fun. And I would put it with this orange. So I think they would work really well. So the sleeves would be in the orange, and then the main body would be the little pad paws. So possum. Again, that would be fun sewing up, but again, it'd be nice and warm and snuggly, and I just want to do something wacky. If it doesn't really come together, again, I would just have it for something super snuggly, just to sort of wear around the house. So the other fabric is this sort of quite, I would say, I don't know what you call it, sort of sweatshirting, and it's got a little bit of sort of softy, fleecy, but it's quite thin, it's not thick and structured, and then grey. and I would just make that tea all in one colour. And again, that would be great just to sort of like snuggle in and around the house, just something, again, you know, you can team up with a pair of jeans or just a pair of loose sort of everyday pants. So yeah, so that is it, guys. I know I've only shown you 8. I'm not going to show you the fabric for the 9th pattern because, as you know, I have kept that back because I want to have a little element of surprise as to what I'm going to sew. You may not have to wait as long as you think. So yeah, anyway, that is it, guys. That is my fabric choices for the Make 9. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it's a little bit boring to sort of match perhaps the patterns? But yeah, again, I wanted to go through my stash because, you know, collecting all that fabric, you know, at some point there's no point buying more and more and more, you know, because it's never going to go down, and you know, it's there for a reason to stitch up. So okay, so short and sweet this week, guys, says me. It's 16.5 minutes in, and yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys have got planned and if you guys are doing the Make 9. And again, thank you, all of you, for taking the time to comment on each of my videos, and it's really lovely to build up a rapport with everybody. Doesn't matter where we are in the world, we just have this really lovely sewing community going on, and we're all part of it. So, and I think it's fantastic. So okay, there might be a video going up on Wednesday, so just keep a lookout for that. If not, I will see you next Sunday. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.